It was a bright Saturday morning, and the sun painted the city with its golden glow. Before you continue this story, please like, share, and subscribe to Tales by Savvy Sam, your home for inspiring African stories that touch the heart. Now, let's begin the tale of Tracy and Smart. Tracy was a young, beautiful, and wealthy lady in her late 20s. She had everything a modern woman could dream of: a thriving fashion business, a luxury car, and a big mansion in the heart of the city. Yet, she often felt lonely despite all her riches. Her friends envied her lifestyle, but behind her glowing smile was a woman who longed for true love and someone who could understand her heart. One rainy evening, as Tracy drove home from her boutique, she noticed a young man shivering under a bus shelter. He was drenched, barefoot, and looked tired. His clothes were torn, and his eyes looked weary but kind. Something in him caught her attention. She slowed her car, rolled down the window, and called out gently, "Hey you, come here." The young man hesitated at first, unsure of what she wanted. People hardly ever spoke kindly to him on the street. But Tracy's tone was different. Not exactly kind, but not cruel either. "What's your name?" she asked. "My name is Smart," he replied softly, avoiding eye contact. "Do you have a place to stay?" "No, ma. I sleep anywhere I find myself." There was silence for a few seconds. Tracy bit her lower lip, looked at him again, and said, "Get into the car." That was the beginning of a new life for Smart, a life he never imagined. When they arrived at Tracy's mansion, Smart was in shock. He had never seen a house so beautiful. Marble floors, chandeliers, and sparkling glass doors. Everything shone as if it was made for kings. Tracy took him in, gave him warm clothes, food, and a bed. For the first time in years, Smart slept peacefully. In the following days, Tracy began to learn more about Smart. He told her how he lost his parents at a young age, struggled to survive, and ended up on the streets when life became too hard. Tracy listened with empathy, though she often interrupted him with judgmental comments like, "You men are always lazy," or "If you were smart as your name, you wouldn't be homeless." Still, Smart was grateful. He washed her car, cleaned her compound, and helped with errands. Slowly, he began to regain his confidence. He wasn't just a street boy anymore. He was Tracy's man, at least in the eyes of the neighbors. Tracy enjoyed showing him off. She liked the attention, especially when people whispered, "That's the poor boy she picked from the street." It made her feel powerful, almost like a savior. She bought Smart nice clothes, taught him how to dress, and even gave him a job at her fashion store. But deep down, Tracy's kindness was mixed with control. She wanted Smart to love her, but on her terms. Every time he made a mistake, she reminded him of his past. "Don't forget, I picked you from the street," she would say angrily. "If not for me, you'd still be sleeping under bridges." Smart often felt small. He tried to please her, to prove that he was worth her love, but it was never enough. Sometimes when Tracy was in a good mood, she showered him with gifts: a new phone, shoes, even a wristwatch. She would hug him and say, "You're my miracle." But when she was angry, her words cut deeper than knives. Despite it all, Smart stayed. Maybe it was gratitude, or maybe he believed that love could grow out of kindness. He didn't know that fate had another plan for him, one that would change his life forever. One afternoon, while helping Tracy shop at the supermarket, Smart's eyes met those of a young lady at the counter. Her name tag read Jessy. She had a soft smile, calm voice, and gentle eyes that seemed to see through his pain. She greeted him politely. "Good afternoon, sir." That simple greeting planted a seed in Smart's heart, a seed that would one day grow into love. But for now, he was still Tracy's man, living in her house, trapped between gratitude and fear. As the days passed, Smart began to dream again, of freedom, dignity, and love that didn't hurt. Little did he know that destiny had just begun its work. The early months of Smart's new life with Tracy were filled with hope. He was eager to please her, grateful for the second chance she had given him. Every morning, he would wake up early, clean the house, polish her car, and prepare her breakfast. He called her Madam Tracy, but she hated that. "Don't call me Madam," she said one morning with a half smile. "Call me baby. You're my man now, not my driver." Smart nodded, trying to adjust to this strange new reality, being treated like both a lover and a servant. Tracy was unpredictable. Some days she was full of love, laughing, hugging him, and telling him how lucky she was to have found him. On those days, she would cook his favorite meal herself or take him out shopping, telling everyone proudly, "This is my man, Smart. I transformed him from nothing to something." But there were other days, the dark days, when Tracy's heart turned cold. The smallest mistake from Smart could set her off. If he forgot to iron her dress or served her food late, she would explode. "Useless man," she would scream. "You can't even do one simple thing right. I should have left you on the street where I found you." Each time she said that, Smart's heart broke a little more. He never answered back. He would stand quietly, his head bowed, waiting for her to calm down. Sometimes tears filled his eyes, but he quickly wiped them away. He had nowhere else to go. At night, Tracy often acted as if nothing had happened. She would crawl into bed beside him, lay her head on his chest and whisper, "You know I love you, right? It's just that you make me angry sometimes." And like a child seeking comfort, Smart would nod. "I know, baby." But deep inside, his love for her was slowly dying. It was being replaced by fear and shame. Tracy's controlling nature grew stronger as the months passed. She wanted to decide what Smart wore, who he talked to, where he went, and even how he spoke. When Smart tried to talk to her about starting his own small business, she laughed in his face. "What business?" she mocked. "Do you think people like you can run a business? You don't even know how to keep a house clean. I'm the reason you eat and sleep in comfort. Don't forget that." Those words haunted Smart. Every time he looked at himself in the mirror, he saw a man who had lost his pride. He had allowed gratitude to turn into slavery. But something inside him refused to die. A quiet strength, a small voice that reminded him he was more than just the boy from the street. Tracy didn't realize she was slowly pushing him away. She believed that money could buy loyalty, and control could replace love. Yet Smart began to feel something she couldn't control: emotional distance. He began spending more time outside, running errands that didn't exist, just to catch a breath. He often stopped by the supermarket, pretending to buy something small. But deep down he knew why he went there: Jessy. Jessy was different. Every time he saw her, she smiled genuinely, asked about his day, and listened. She didn't know much about his life, but she treated him with respect. Her calm spirit soothed his tired soul. One day, after Tracy had thrown a fit and smashed a plate because Smart forgot to charge her phone, he found himself walking aimlessly until he reached the supermarket. Jessy saw him and noticed the sadness in his eyes. "Are you okay?" she asked softly. Smart hesitated but nodded. "I'm fine." Jessy handed him a bottle of water. "You look like you need this more than anything." For the first time in months, Smart smiled. It was a weak smile, but it was real. That simple act of kindness felt like light in a dark tunnel. As the weeks went by, Smart found excuses to visit Jessy's store. Sometimes he bought nothing but still lingered around. Jessy's laughter, her gentle nature, and the way she spoke gave him peace that Tracy's riches never could. At home, however, things worsened. Tracy's temper became unbearable. She accused Smart of being ungrateful, lazy, and even cheating, though he hadn't yet done anything wrong. One night, during a heated argument, Tracy shouted, "You think any woman can love you? You're nothing without me." Smart stood silently, his jaw clenched, his eyes burning with quiet anger. For the first time, he looked her straight in the eye and said, "Maybe I was nothing when you found me, but I'm not nothing anymore." Tracy froze. She had never seen that strength in him before. But instead of reflecting, she laughed bitterly. "Oh, look at you trying to be a man. Don't forget who feeds you." Smart didn't reply. He walked out of the room, his heart heavy but his mind clear. He knew something had changed forever. Love had turned bitter. What began as a story of kindness and transformation had become a prison of control and pride. And deep down, Smart knew that if he didn't escape soon, he would lose himself completely. Weeks passed, and the quiet friendship between Smart and Jessy began to blossom into something deeper. What started as polite greetings at the supermarket turned into long conversations, shared laughter, and gentle smiles that lingered longer than they should. Smart didn't plan for it to happen. He had only sought peace, a place where he could breathe, where words weren't daggers and love didn't feel like punishment. Jessy provided that peace. She never raised her voice, never mocked him, never reminded him of what he lacked. She only saw what was good in him. Jessy worked as a cashier at the supermarket. She was not rich, but she was content. Her simplicity was her beauty. She lived in a small but neat apartment and took care of her younger sister. Every time Smart visited, Jessy's face lit up as if she had been waiting for him. One evening, as the sun was setting, Smart stopped by after a long day of enduring Tracy's mood swings. Jessy noticed the tiredness in his eyes. "You look like you've been carrying the world on your shoulders," she said softly. Smart forced a smile. "Maybe I have." Jessy tilted her head. "You don't talk much about yourself. Who's hurting you, Smart?" He hesitated. He didn't want to speak ill of Tracy. Despite her cruelty, she had once saved him. But his silence broke when Jessy gently touched his hand. "I live with someone," he said quietly. "She helped me when I had nothing. I owe her everything. But sometimes it feels like I'm paying for that kindness with my soul." Jessy didn't judge. She just nodded slowly. "Kindness shouldn't be a chain, Smart. It should set you free." Those words struck him deeply. That night, when Smart went home, Tracy was already shouting. She had been calling him all evening, and his phone was on silent. "Where have you been?" she screamed. "Do you think I'm stupid? You think I don't know you're seeing someone?" Smart stood still, his silence making her even angrier. "I picked you up from the street," Tracy continued. "I gave you food, clothes, shelter, and this is how you repay me." "Tracy," he said quietly, "I didn't betray you. I just needed air." She slapped him across the face. "Air? You breathe because of me." Tears filled Smart's eyes, not from pain but from sadness. He realized at that moment that love shouldn't hurt this much. He walked away to his room and sat on the floor, holding his face in his hands. He could still feel the sting of her hand, but what hurt most were her words. Over the next few weeks, Smart tried to keep his distance. He avoided Jessy, trying to suppress his feelings, but fate had other plans. One rainy afternoon, he found himself standing at the supermarket again. Jessy was packing up for the day. When she saw him, her eyes softened. "You came," she said with a smile. "I couldn't stay away," he admitted. They stood there watching the rain pour outside. The world felt quiet, almost peaceful. Smart looked at Jessy, her wet hair clinging to her face, her warm smile, her eyes full of care, and for the first time in years he felt seen. "I don't know what to do," he whispered. "She helped me, but I can't live like this anymore." Jessy placed her hand on his shoulder. "You have a right to be happy, Smart. Everyone does. Even you." Their eyes met, and in that moment, something unspoken passed between them, something real and pure. Days later, Smart gathered the courage to tell Tracy the truth. He waited until she was calm before speaking. "Tracy," he said gently, "I'm grateful for all you've done for me, but I can't keep pretending anymore. I'm not happy." Her face changed instantly. "What are you saying?" "I want to leave." Her voice trembled with disbelief. "Leave? After everything I've done? You want to walk out on me for some supermarket girl?" "Jessy has nothing to do with this," he lied, though deep down he knew she had everything to do with it. Tracy's anger exploded. She threw a glass at the wall, her voice breaking. "You're ungrateful. You're a dog biting the hand that feeds you. I made you, Smart. You're nothing without me." He stood quietly, tears in his eyes. Maybe I was nothing when you found me. But you forgot one thing, Tracy. I'm still human. He walked away, leaving her standing there, trembling with rage and disbelief. Later that night, Smart called Jessy. His voice was calm. I told her. Jessy was silent for a while, then whispered, Are you okay? I will be, he replied. For the first time, I think I will be. That night, as Tracy cried in her lonely mansion, Smart slept on a friend's couch. Broke again but free. And freedom, he realized, was worth more than anything Tracy's money could buy. The night Smart left Tracy's house was the longest night of her life. She paced her mansion like a restless lioness, replaying every moment they had shared, from the day she found him on the street to the day he walked out of her life. At first, her heart burned with anger. She felt betrayed, humiliated, and wounded. To her, Smart was not just a man. He was her project, her pride, her proof that she could take nothing and make it something. Now that he had left her for another woman, all that pride crumbled into dust. How dare he leave me? She screamed into the empty living room. After everything I did for him. Her staff watched from a distance, too afraid to speak. The house that once echoed with laughter and luxury now trembled with rage and sorrow. The next morning, Tracy's anger turned into revenge. She made phone calls, spreading rumors about Smart. She told everyone in her circle that he was a gold digger who used her and ran away. She even called the boutique workers and warned them never to let Smart near her store again. She wanted to destroy his name, to make him feel the pain she felt. On social media, she posted cryptic messages. Never trust a man you feed. Some people are born ungrateful. You raise them, they bite you. Her friends who never liked Smart joined in. They called him names: useless, broke boy, street rat. They laughed about how he was nothing before Tracy found him. But what Tracy didn't realize was that the more she tried to destroy Smart, the more she revealed her own brokenness. Deep inside, she missed him. Everywhere she looked reminded her of him. The clothes he folded, the chair he used to sit on, even the small cup he drank tea from. She missed his quiet presence, his calm voice, the way he used to smile when she was happy. One night, while lying in bed, she stared at the ceiling and whispered, "Maybe I was too hard on him." Tears rolled down her cheeks. For the first time, she felt guilt instead of anger. Meanwhile, Smart's life was slowly taking shape. He moved in with a friend and started working at a small electronics store. The pay wasn't much, but it gave him dignity. Jessy supported him emotionally, cheering him on every step of the way. Unlike Tracy, Jessy never judged him for his past. She would pack him lunch, call him during the day, and remind him that he was doing great. For the first time, Smart began to believe in himself. But Tracy couldn't let go. One afternoon, she drove to the electronics shop wearing dark glasses. She parked her car across the street and watched Smart through the window. He looked happy, too happy. Jessy walked in carrying food, and they both laughed like two people with no worries in the world. Tracy's heart broke all over again. She sat in the car, trembling. "So it's true," she whispered. "He replaced me with her." She stepped out of the car and stormed into the shop. Everyone turned to look. Jessy froze. Smart's face went pale. "So this is where you hide now?" Tracy shouted, her voice echoing through the store. "You left my mansion for this dirty place." "Tracy, please," Smart said calmly. "This isn't the place." "Oh, I'll make it the place," she interrupted. "You think you can embarrass me and go free? You think you can walk away from me like I'm nothing?" People had gathered outside, watching. Jessy stood quietly, holding her ground. Tracy pointed at her. "And you think you've won? He's using you, the same way he used me." Jessy didn't reply. She simply said, "If loving him is a crime, I'll gladly be guilty." Tracy's lips trembled. For a moment, she wanted to slap Jessy, but something inside her stopped her. Maybe it was Jessy's calmness, or maybe it was the realization that she had lost the war long ago. Smart stepped forward. "Tracy, I'm sorry things turned out this way. You helped me when no one else did, and I'll never forget that. But this anger, it's destroying you." Tracy's eyes filled with tears. "You broke me, Smart. You made me believe in something that wasn't real." "No," Smart said gently. "You broke yourself when you stopped believing in kindness without control." Silence filled the air. People stared, moved by the raw pain between them. Tracy wiped her tears roughly, trying to hide her weakness. "You'll regret this, Smart," she said, her voice shaking. Then she turned and walked out of the store, her pride shattered, her heart bleeding. That night, she drank wine alone in her mansion. The house felt colder than ever. She opened her phone and looked at old pictures of Smart. The first day he smiled in her car, their trips to the beach, the day she bought him his first wristwatch. She burst into tears. "I loved you, Smart," she whispered. "I just didn't know how to show it." From that day, Tracy began to change. She stopped posting angry messages, stopped gossiping, and started attending church again. She even joined a therapy group for women dealing with emotional control and anger. It wasn't easy, but she began to heal, one day at a time. Meanwhile, Smart and Jessy's bond grew stronger. They didn't have much, but they had peace, laughter, and genuine love, the kind Tracy's money could never buy. Still, deep inside, Smart never stopped praying for Tracy. Despite everything, he wanted her to find peace too. Time, they say, heals all wounds. Months passed since Tracy's dramatic confrontation at the electronics store. The gossip faded, the online posts stopped, and peace slowly returned to everyone's life. Smart continued working hard, saving a little from his small salary, and Jessy remained by his side through every struggle. Their love was quiet, honest, and steady, like a small flame that refused to go out even in the strongest wind. Every evening after work, they would sit on a wooden bench outside Jessy's apartment, watching children play in the street. Those simple moments meant more to Smart than all the riches he had once known with Tracy. One evening, as the orange sunset bathed the neighborhood in golden light, Smart turned to Jessy. His eyes were calm but full of emotion. "Jessy," he said softly, "you changed my life. You made me believe in love again." Jessy smiled shyly. "You don't have to thank me, Smart. I only gave you what you deserve, peace." He reached into his pocket and brought out a small box. Inside was a simple silver ring. "I may not have much," he said, "but I have a heart that will love you for life. Will you marry me?" Tears filled Jessy's eyes as she covered her mouth with her hands. "Yes, Smart. Yes." They hugged tightly, their laughter echoing into the evening air. It wasn't a proposal with diamonds or roses, but it was full of sincerity, and that was all that mattered. Weeks later, their wedding took place in a small church at the edge of town. The building was old, but the love inside was fresh and pure. Smart wore a simple gray suit, while Jessy looked stunning in a white gown she borrowed from a friend. She walked down the aisle with tears in her eyes, her heart overflowing with gratitude. The pastor smiled warmly as he blessed them. "Marriage," he said, "is not about where you start, but about how much love and respect you give each other along the way." Smart squeezed Jessy's hand. Their eyes met and both smiled. When the pastor said, "You may kiss the bride," Smart hesitated for a moment, shy, nervous, but full of joy. Jessy whispered, "It's okay," and he kissed her gently to the sound of soft applause. The church erupted in cheers. Some of Smart's old friends were there, smiling proudly. Even a few people who once mocked him had come to see for themselves that love, not wealth, had lifted him higher. Outside the church, they took pictures with laughter and song. Jessy's sister danced around them, shouting, "My sister is married." Smart felt something he had never known before: belonging. For the first time in his life, he wasn't the boy from the street. He was a man, a husband, and someone deeply loved. After the ceremony, as they sat under a tree sharing food with their guests, Smart looked around and said quietly, "If only Tracy could see this." Jessy smiled gently. "Maybe she will someday. But even if she doesn't, pray for her." "I do," Smart said. "I always do." That same evening, in another part of the city, Tracy sat by her window, scrolling through her phone. A mutual friend had posted pictures from Smart's wedding. She froze when she saw them. Smart in a gray suit, Jessy glowing in white, both of them smiling as if they had found heaven. For a moment, jealousy rose in her heart. But then something unexpected happened. Peace. She zoomed in on the picture, tears filling her eyes. "He looks happy," she whispered. "Really happy." Tracy smiled sadly. Maybe this is how it was meant to be. She closed her phone, walked to her mirror, and looked at herself. The woman who once controlled, insulted, and hurt the man she claimed to love was slowly becoming someone new. She whispered to her reflection, "I hope you're happy, Smart. Thank you for teaching me what love is not." Back at the small reception, Smart and Jessy danced under the fading evening sun. Their friends clapped and cheered. Children laughed around them, and the air was filled with music and joy. Smart whispered into Jessy's ear, "I'm the luckiest man alive." Jessy giggled, resting her head on his shoulder. "No, we both are." The night was full of laughter and music, but beneath all that celebration was a powerful story of redemption. A story of a boy who was picked from the street, broken by pride, healed by love, and finally restored by grace. When the stars appeared, Smart stood alone for a moment, looking up at the sky. He smiled and said softly, "Thank you, God, for everything." That night, as he walked hand in hand with Jessy into their small but happy home, Smart finally understood. Love doesn't live in mansions or luxury. It lives where peace, respect, and kindness dwell. It was a new beginning. Months after their wedding, Smart and Jessy settled into their quiet, happy life. They didn't have much, only a small apartment, 2 plastic chairs, a mattress, and endless laughter. But every day was filled with peace and gratitude. Smart had been promoted at the electronics shop. His hard work and honesty impressed the owner, who treated him like a son. Jessy still worked at the supermarket, and though life wasn't luxurious, it was content. Every morning, Smart would kiss Jessy on the forehead before leaving for work. "Thank you for believing in me," he always said. And Jessy would reply, "Thank you for never giving up on love." Their marriage was built on simple things: respect, communication, and patience. Whenever they disagreed, Jessy reminded Smart, "Let's talk, not shout." And Smart, who had once lived with shouting, had learned the beauty of peace. But far away, in the same city, Tracy's journey was taking a new turn. After seeing Smart's wedding photos, something inside her changed completely. She no longer felt anger, only reflection. She began to look inward, realizing that she had never truly known what love was. She had loved with control, given with pride, and helped with expectation. Through her therapy group, Tracy learned about emotional abuse and the power of apology. One day, after weeks of hesitation, she picked up her phone and dialed Smart's number. It rang twice before he answered. "Hello." Smart's voice came through, calm and cautious. Tracy's heart raced. "Smart, it's me." There was a short silence. Then Smart replied, "Tracy, how are you?" "I'm fine," she said softly. "I won't take much of your time. I just called to say, sorry, for everything. For the pain, the words, the control, all of it. You didn't deserve that." Smart was quiet for a moment. He had imagined this call many times, but hearing it now filled him with mixed emotions. "Thank you, Tracy," he said finally. "That means a lot. I forgave you a long time ago." Tracy's voice cracked. "You did?" "Yes," Smart replied. "I had to so I could move on. Holding anger only hurts us more." Tears streamed down Tracy's face. "I'm happy for you, Smart. I saw the wedding photos. Jessy is beautiful. She looks like peace." "She is," he said warmly. "And I truly wish you peace too, Tracy. We both deserve it." They spoke for a few more minutes, and for the first time in years, their conversation was calm, free of anger, free of pride. When they ended the call, Tracy felt lighter, as if a heavy stone had been lifted off her chest. That night, she looked up at the stars and whispered, God, thank you for teaching me through pain. I'll love better next time. Meanwhile, Smart and Jessy's life continued to bloom. They started saving money and opened a small electronics repair shop together. Jessy managed the books while Smart handled customers. Their teamwork became the secret to their success. People loved coming to their shop not just because of the service, but because of the peace that filled the place. They laughed, prayed, and treated every customer with kindness. One afternoon, as they closed for the day, Smart turned to Jessy. "Do you ever think about how far we've come?" Jessy smiled. "From the street to a shop of your own. I think about it every day." Smart chuckled softly. "You know, sometimes I still can't believe someone like you chose someone like me." Jessy touched his cheek. "I didn't choose a rich man, Smart. Chose a kind man. And that's the difference." They hugged tightly, their hearts beating as one. A few weeks later, while shopping at a local market, Jessy spotted Tracy at a fruit stand. She looked different. Calm, humble, peaceful. For a moment, Jessy hesitated, unsure whether to approach her. But then she smiled and walked over. "Tracy," she said kindly. Tracy turned surprised. "Jessy." There was a brief silence before Jessy said softly, "It's good to see you." Tracy nodded. "You too." They stood there face to face. Two women who had once been enemies, now bound by forgiveness and time. Tracy sighed. "I want you to know, I'm truly happy for you and Smart. You're a good woman, Jessy. Take care of him." Jessy smiled. "I will. And I wish you happiness too, Tracy. You deserve it." For the first time, they both laughed lightly. It wasn't awkward, it was healing. Two women who had once fought over a man now found peace in kindness. Months later, on a Sunday morning, Smart and Jessy were in church. The pastor's sermon that day was about forgiveness. Smart held Jessy's hand as the pastor said, "Sometimes God allows us to meet the wrong person so we can learn to appreciate the right one. But every person we meet has a lesson for us, even the painful ones." Smart closed his eyes, whispering a prayer of gratitude. He had learned to forgive, to grow, and to love again. After the service, they walked home together, smiling as children ran past them. The sun was warm, the air soft, and everything around them felt new. Smart turned to Jessy and said, "If I've learned anything in this life, it's that love is not about who saves you, but who sees you." Jessy nodded, resting her head on his shoulder. "And forgiveness," she added, "is the bridge that brings peace back home." They walked hand in hand down the quiet street, two souls who had fought through pain and found grace on the other side. And somewhere far away, in her own quiet home, Tracy whispered her own prayer, thanking God for giving her another chance to be better. Because in the end, every story of love must become a story of forgiveness. And that, dear listeners, is the story of Tracy, Smart, and Jessy. A story of transformation, love, and forgiveness. If you enjoyed this story and learned something from it, please like, share, and subscribe to Tales by Savvy Sam, where powerful African stories come alive with meaning, emotion, and lessons that touch the heart. Remember, love without respect is pain, and forgiveness is the true key to freedom. Thank you for watching. See you in the next story.